How is business supposed to survive the coronavirus? Look how crazy this is. My workplace is empty. Empty office. Empty office. I got a couple of people. I got Wendy over here. How we doing? Bottom line though is this is like a nightmare. This is a place where people come to work. For heaven's sakes, this is an event center. There's no events going on. And this is the truth. Most businesses function on a 10% margin, which means that the first 27 days of the month are just to figure out how to break even. How are they supposed to do that? This is now a financial pandemic. But man, you shouldn't just be figuring out how do I not die or how do I survive this thing? You should in fact be thriving. And so today I'm gonna share with you the 4 things I did in 2008 that allowed me to leap forward when my competition went out of business. There is a way for you to crush it right now. You go to the grocery store and guess what? The aisles are empty. All of my competition went out of business. Real estate was dumping. Dude, this is crazy right now. Every business is touched by this. You go to the grocery store and guess what? The aisles are empty. Look at what's happening. Gyms are shutting down. Businesses are reducing hours. Theme parks are shutting down. Flights, hotels. I mean, it's just downright madness right now. You can't get into Disneyland. And where's all the toilet paper? For real, right? It's all at my house. Actually, that's not true. I moved to one of those electronic like bidet toilets. Oh, feels so good. Don't mock it till you try it. So listen, this is the first thing that you need to understand. Things like this happen every decade in one extreme or another. 2008, when the market bottomed out, all of my competition went out of business. Real estate was dumping. And I want you to understand that there's always an opposite opportunity when everyone is running one way. Building wealth is counter-cyclical. When literally everyone is going in one direction, which is happening so extremely right now, the biggest opportunities are in the other direction. So in this video, I am going to be sharing with you the 4 secrets of how to not just survive or keep from dying, but really how to thrive. And you're not going to like some of this information. In fact, I can promise some of you, by the time you're done listening to this, I'm going to tell you to shut your doors and that you should go out of business to even just save yourself some money. That's how dire this thing is. Good news, spoiler alert, it's not gonna last forever. It will come to an end. But the decisions you make right now are gonna determine whether you're gonna thrive through this or you might even die. So I'm here in my event center, and guess what? No event. This place is empty as it should be. CDC is recommending that people limit their exposure to no more than 10 people at a time, which is pretty much just shutting everything down. So you might look at it and say, well, Kris, if you can't put on events, then this business is probably going under. And so as I share these 4 secrets with you, you need to be prepared to drop a massive battle plan, because if you come too slow into this, that's what's gonna cost you more money than anything. It's wasted time. You see, I wanna tell you this before I go into these 4 points. 2008 hits, all my real estate competition is going out of business. And you know what we did? When other people saw the sky falling, we saw opportunity. In fact, the banks were giving back real estate in some of the previous hottest markets like Phoenix or Las Vegas. I went into those markets, and homes that were brand new selling for $250,000, $300,000, I was now buying for $80,000, $100,000, $120,000. And you know what? No one wanted them when I first got in that marketplace, so we gobbled them all up. And guess what happened 5 years later? Market bounced back, values came back, because guess what? There's intrinsic value in real estate. It can't stay down. You think just because the stock market went down that all of a sudden Apple is worth 20% less? No, it still has the same amazing intrinsic value that we love. This is temporary. This is the confidence people have in the market. None. And when there's none, it drives value down. And that makes it hard to do business with your current strategy or your old strategy. Today's video is about switching it up. Okay, so I'm gonna launch into the 4 secrets of what you can do to not just die, but actually thrive in this economy. And then at the end of this video, I'm gonna do something really special. I'm gonna actually let you in on me drawing up battle plans to show you what I'm doing with my team to get us to actually produce twice the revenue, because make no mistake, I'm losing revenue with the change up, but I'm gonna make sure I come out on top. And if you can have that mindset and I show you what that looks like, hopefully it will inspire you to, in your personal life or in your business life, rise up and crush it. Okay, the first thing that you're gonna need is the right mindset. Ultimately, this whole adage of attitude determines altitude could not be more true right now in your life. Right now, you need a rock star attitude. In fact, you need to decide right now with absolute certainty that you're gonna crush it. Not that you're gonna keep from going down, but you're gonna do more than you did before. Because if you can make that decision here in your mind, you can actually turn that into your reality. Fix your attitude. If it's constant doom and gloom, stop looking at the news. Stop looking for the latest shutdown. Stop looking for how it's gonna hurt you and impact you more. You gotta get your brain dialed into, I must find a way, I'm gonna find a way, because this is what we call economic winter. And after winter comes spring. And if you can survive winter and thrive in winter, then you're gonna crush it in spring, summer, fall, winter. At the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you an idea I had that literally will make our company twice as much money with literally less than half of the effort, all because of the coronavirus. Thank you. Number 2 is you need to join or create a mastermind. As in, like, you need to actually get with your competitors and say, hey, we're all in this together, what are you guys doing, or what have you figured out? Go to your Chamber of Commerce. Napoleon Hill talked about the power of a mastermind, and I've been part of them for years. And if you're not part of one, learning what other people are doing to adapt, then you need to join one right now and start raising the flag and say, what can we do, what's possible? If you fixed your mindset, now you're ready to start seeing the kind of solutions that other businesses are doing. And maybe they don't have a solution for you, but it should inspire you that people are not just finding a way, some people are going to crush it. So get out there and start saying, who are business-minded people? Who are other people in my situation? Who are the other business owners? Where do I find them? Can I go to my Chamber of Commerce? How do we come together and say, hey, can we have a 3-hour strategy session and say, what are you guys doing? This is my industry, what are you doing? And I'm gonna tell you right now, what that does is that gets the creative juices going. And when you get your brain working that way, guess what? You're going to find solutions, act on that inspiration, you will find your way. Number 3 is you need to pivot. And so pivot means once you've met with your mastermind, once you have your ideas, you have got to put it in motion. And right now, you cannot delay. You have got to move fast, you've got to move competent, you've got to make good choices, and you've got to enroll your people in seeing the vision. I'm going to show you at the end of this exactly what that looks like, because I'm going to pull my team together and I'm going to let them know, do you like the fact that we're always hiring and expanding or growing? Do you want the coronavirus to kill that? And we're gonna see what they have to say about it. You're gonna witness my leadership literally crush that fear and say, let's find a way, here's the numbers, here's the plan, here's how we're gonna do it. You gotta pivot, you gotta make your move. I am on my way into the office right now. I've gotta have a conversation with my entire team. Parts of my business are shutting down to be socially responsible. I've got my events that I'm canceling. I'm not going to Mexico with my mastermind. My really big event, my convention center in April, we're postponing that. And you see a company during this time will either die, survive, or thrive. And I'm really pumped to meet with the team and basically give them the battle plans on how we're gonna freaking crush it. Understand that we are not like other businesses, but most other businesses are in a really bad way right now. Because 90% of businesses fail in the first decade because 90% of businesses focus on a 10% margin. Somehow we have deluded ourselves into thinking that that is a good standard. But the reason why businesses struggle, if you take a look at it, the first 27 days of every month is what a company does to pay their bills. The last 3 days of the month is where they make money. So businesses right now, I can promise you, if this shutdown continues for the next 8 weeks, we're gonna see businesses close their doors, shut down. I'm shooting a YouTube video today literally to help stimulate small business owners and to help them learn how to do a pivot and make smart choices. And that starts with us here today, because even though we've got a much more successful business and the coronavirus, if we shut down an event, we're like, wow, that's probably $500,000 to $700,000 in revenue. And if we don't adjust our strategy and epoxy the lead flow, then they're going to take a dip over an edge. In sales team, you guys all day long, team transformation is meeting with people that are making buying decisions. And right now, in an economy like this, everyone just kind of clamps up. So we have a choice. I saw this happen in 2009. We have 2 mindset opportunities right now. The first one is to say, well, it's gonna suck for the next 3 to 5 months and we hope that we can bounce back. That's what everyone's doing. This particular meeting is one way and an important way that this company is going to pivot to make sure that we are thriving, not surviving, as in doing better through the coronavirus pandemic rather than actually setting back. Because let me ask you, do we enjoy good culture? Yes. Does everyone like the growth?
Yeah.
Does everyone like the fact that there's new faces and that we're growing and going places, right? I mean, but right now, I'm telling you right now, company-wide, we're going to experience a shutdown, almost like a government shutdown, almost like a everyone lock yourself in your and hide. What I wanted to do with this weekly standing meeting is I want to talk about what we can do as a group to pivot. So this is an extraordinary team. We've never come together for this initiative before. So this is the start of something really, really important. I'm going to propose a specific battle plan today where we can double those numbers without having an event. And this is the mindset a company needs, which is, all right, if I'm going to lose something because of the pandemic, then I need to do something to gain. But I don't want to gain, I want to double. And I expect us to actually do it with less effort than it would even take to put on an event. So that's just the first thing, is before we even know what the battle plan is, it's just making a decision. I want to help with the rest of you. I'm going to invite all of us to lead ourselves onto a different path, which says twice the prosperity in half the time. By mid-May, we can look back 2 months from now and actually achieve that. How many of you think that would be, how many of you think we would discover new things about ourselves, feel excited, and feel even more prosperous? Does that make sense? That's what I want to suggest here for us. So we're going to have an opportunity to hear from all of you, but this is the battle plan that I would like to lay out, that I'd like for you guys to take notes on. If we sell 25 licenses, that's $1 million. So the reality is, we need you guys at least to each do one a week, but I want your goal to be at least 2 a week. Does that make sense? Now, here's what we're going to do for marketing's department. Marketing has been putting their focus, and they've been incentivized to focus on filling the event. I think that marketing should shift 20% of its effort into that realm so that we keep building for August and getting people going to August and getting emails out there and messaging and telling them that, boy, once this pandemic is over, everyone's going to want to leap into next level action. I'm going to invite 80% of marketing's efforts to shift into 2 things. One is lead optimization, and 2 is generating a very specific new type of lead that I'm about to explain. We would have 500,000 in additional sales, 520, and we would have 480,000 in receivables, which means that we are going to be more than twice as better off than had we held an event. What it will mean is that our company will have grown through the pandemic, which is what I want to do. I want us to come together and say, let's find our way to grow. We're going to need your thoughts, your ideas. The rest of the meeting is going to be for that. So for us to move as fast as possible, we need a weekly coordination meeting for marketing, sales, and fulfillment to totally meet in the middle. Does it make sense? That battle plan that you just witnessed is literally based on the fact that the coronavirus is going to cost me somewhere between $500,000 and $750,000 in the next 8 weeks. And you know what we did? We have a plan that the team has confidence in of what we can do to actually double that revenue. Outside of that, that's getting strategic. Number 4 is the cost of waiting. The reality, if you're watching this video, if you're still arguing with me saying, Kris, I've masterminded, I've tried these things, it's not working, you might literally be in a business that is so specific that the coronavirus is gonna crush you. And if you recognize it now, you can save more money and cut your losses. In fact, right now, what I love about economic winter is that it only allows the best to survive. Because if you can't survive and you die, maybe you should, because economic winter, if you look at what it's really about, it's about only the strong surviving. And for you to do that, it starts mentally with number 1, it starts number 2 with masterminding, number 3, pivoting and taking action. But number 4, the cost of doing nothing is what buries people alive, and you don't have to have it be that way for you. In fact, that battle plan that you saw my company drop there, that's based on the fact that in the last 9 months, we've mastered a business with a 50% margin. By the way, if your business is not doing a 50% margin, or if you don't have a business at all, if you had a business with a 50% margin that takes very little time, you can run from anywhere in the world, guess what? You would be slaying it right now during economic winter the way we are as well. By the way, if you don't have one of those and you want to know what it looks like, click the link below and me and my team will actually share exactly what that looks like. Someone puts out $45,000 and steps into a multi-6-figure business, it's hot. Bottom line is that some of you need to die because of this and some of you don't. So I hope today's advice really gets taken to heart. I hope you get to figure out for yourself exactly where you're at in your business world. I hope you understand economically what things are looking like for yourself and for your business. And bottom line is, we're going to see from the coronavirus the best in us emerge, and the rest are going to fall by the wayside and they're going to die. It doesn't have to be you. So my advice for you, my friend, is to click the link if you don't have a 50% margin business, and also to take the advice that you got in today's video and crush it. Subscribe every day, or most days at least. I've got a video coming your way that is designed to help you crush it in business, real estate, in your personal life. Bottom line, it's about having it all, baby.